Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the morning tea. I'm your host, Alex Schiffman, and I'm joined by my amazing co-host, Courtney Revolution. Hey, Courtney, how you doing?
Good morning, everyone. I am Courtney Revolution, and welcome to the morning tea. Hello, Alex. I'm doing good. How are you doing today, girl?
I am doing well. I'm excited for this thick Thursday because this docket is looking fire. There is a lot of tea to spill, and Tea Tribe, you are not going to be disappointed. Of course, I am sure that you are all here for our OMT and headline of the day. Khloe and Tristan are allegedly buying a house together, and we're going to get to that later in the show, so stay tuned for that. But of course, if you're just joining us, Tea Tribe, let us know, where are you watching from? We love to hear all about our Tea Tribe members. We know that we're international and we love to see new Tea Tribe members. So let us know in the chat, where are you watching from? We love to hear it.
Tell us, where in the world are you watching?
And of course, give us a like and a thumbs up, if you want to hear the tea spilled every single day. You can subscribe to the Morning Tea and Hollyscoop. We have more celeb news bites that you can check out after the show. This is an exciting Thursday. How was your night, Courtney?
It was good, Alex. I went to sleep and early. I got some work done, and after that, I was like, is it the end of the week yet? But thankfully, I was able to hit the fast forward onto Thursday, and now we're just one beautiful day away from the weekend, and it's cloudy. So thank the Lord. Yes.
Right?
What'd you do last night, girl?
Oh my gosh, Courtney, I got to tell you about something I watched last night on Hulu. It's called The Assistant. And it's like loosely based on kind of the Harvey Weinstein scandal. And it's like a recent grad that just becomes an assistant to a high profile film producer. And you just see her life as an assistant in this industry. And it's crazy. If you haven't seen it yet, Tea Tribe, check it out. It's on Hulu. It's called The Assistant. I watched that, which was very dramatic. It's a drama. So you got to be in the mood for that. And then if you want some more drama, I caught up on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Courtney, I got to tell you, I know you haven't seen the episode yet, but we're going to talk about it later in the show because this scandal just will not go away. Speaking of scandals, this one is not going away. It's crazy.
Alex, I'm annoyed. Can I tell you why? I'm annoyed because I done spent my hard-earned coin to literally purchase the entire season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, only for it to not update until the next day, and then I do the show and it gets spoiled anyway. So like Amazon, y'all need to work on that. All y'all streaming services, y'all need to make sure that as soon as the episode is done on the West Coast, that it goes up so that when I come to work, it is not a spoiler moment. I can already see the episode, be in the know. But it's fine because I got a job to do, so I sacrifice for y'all.
Exactly, Courtney. I'll try to give you just enough, but not too much, so you can still watch.
No, Alex, you cannot compromise. You have to give them the full because it's not about me. It's about them. I just wanted to complain. That's all. It is Thursday.
So it's okay. Thursdays are for complaining because it's right before Friday, and then Friday you're like, okay, got my complaints out. It's the weekend.
We made it. Yes.
So I totally get it, but. Get this. So our Tea Tribe members are coming from Norway, Bristol, England, Annapolis, Trinidad and Tobago, Washington State. Someone says they're watching from their iPhone. Well, that's good. Listen, we are on all platforms, tablets, iPhones, computers. Wesley says, I'm a new Tea Tribe member. I'm only 26. Wesley, we know you join us every single day. Stop joking with us. We have someone from Cleveland, Ohio, Kentucky, Morgan Hill, California, Virginia Beach. Good morning from Jamaica. Ooh, that's where I want to be right now. Honestly, that sounds amazing. Chicago. We're going to be talking about Chicago West later on in the show, so stay tuned for that. South Africa. Cork, Ireland, San Jose. This is very exciting. Watching from home, not working from Tucson, Arizona. Ooh, is it hot there in the desert? Amazing. I mean, we could do this for the entire show, but we don't have time for that. But we love to hear where you're watching from. So keep telling us in the chat because this is exciting. So, Courtney, what else is going on? Is there anything that you saw this morning you want to chat about?
Honestly, Alex, I do want to say this to the Tea Tribe. Although we are in a crazy pandemic situation, always remember to keep the light within yourself bright and always remember to do your best, even when situations are sort of built around you so that you cannot do your best. You must always put your best face forward and always walk with your best foot forward. So, Alex, is there ever a time where you've just felt like, oh my God, I can't go on, and then you like dug deep and then bam, pulled out Queen Schiff to show all the other girls the
100%. I feel like we go through that every single day right now, especially in this quarantine. I mean, you doubt yourself daily. You're always looking deep inside to kind of get through the day. And that's really kind of advice for anyone watching. It's like, you just got to get through today. Let's just focus on today. And specifically, let's focus on the morning tea because we really have a lot to talk about. At least we can entertain you for an hour and kind of help you find that light in you again. Speaking of light, get this. Real Housewives of Atlanta star Kandi Burruss just got the green light. Her husband and her are opening Blaze Steak and Seafood. So it's named after their baby girl, of course. How sweet is this news, Courtney? This is exciting news for Real Housewives of Atlanta fans. I mean, would you ever, start a restaurant or name a restaurant after someone in your life?
Maybe, Alex. I want to say, first of all, shout out to Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker. I love them on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I'm glad that they were able to expand their family the way that they have. I still haven't been to Old Lady Gang. Now, my best friend is moving to Atlanta, and when it's safe, I definitely will be going to OLG. Now, you know what, Alex? I don't think I would ever open a restaurant. I think I would open up a cafe since I have such a long barista history. So I'm going to be the place where you can get the best cold brew, the Vietnamese cold brew. That milk is going to be on fleeky, and them cappuccinos is going to be lit. So, yeah, I think that's what I would own. I wouldn't do a restaurant, but I would do a cafe. What would you do, girl?
Yeah. Well, we were talking about this before the show started, and of course, I'm Italian. I've talked about it on the show many times, and I have a lot of like old Italian recipes. Like literally my grandma with her handwriting wrote on like notepad papers, these old traditional Italian recipes that I have to put somewhere. So my mom and I talk about it all the time that we want to start an Italian restaurant one day. So wouldn't that be fun?
Alex,
yeah.
Girl, that's a book. That's a book, and that's a way to like have the legacy. You know what I mean? And you pass that book down, and you pass it down. That's a great idea, girl. Open up the restaurant and the book to go with it, girl. Once the restaurant is successful, do the recipes at home, girl.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
And of course, my last name is Schiffman, so people call me Schiff. And I always, I love, besides Italian food, I love sushi. So we could have Schiff's sushi spot. We could, when I was younger. Yeah. Right? And also when I was younger, people used to call me, or my family called me Big Al because I was little, but I had a big personality. So I always thought maybe if I had a restaurant, I'd name it Big Al's. So
and then beautiful Alex Schiffman comes out like, welcome. And they're like, we're looking for Big Al. And you're like, you're looking at her. I can
Big
see
Al.
it, girl.
Not what you expect. This is Big Al.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I love it. I know. So I'm definitely down to open my own restaurant. I love that Kandi did this with her husband and named it after her daughter. So special. But we got to make the big bucks to get the restaurant. So that's why we're here today, to bringing you the tea so we can, start our own restaurants. But speaking of food, listen to this news because Ben & Jerry's unveiled 2 new frozen cookie dough flavors. They are gingerbread and vegan cinnamon bun. What do you think about those flavors, Courtney? Does it make you feel like fall?
You said one is pumpkin and one is what? Cinnamon roll, and the other one is what? What is it, girl?
One is gingerbread and one is vegan cinnamon bun. What do you think about that?
Maybe I'll try one and give the vegan one to Devin, because the reason why, here's the thing, I don't mind vegan dishes, Alex Schiffman. The thing with me is I get afraid because I have a cashew allergy. And so working at a vegan superfood cafe, I know that your vegan sauce is creamy and you want to get that good cream texture, you use cashew cream. So I have to be very careful. So I might have one and certainly not the other, because then my throat might get a little itchy and close right on up.
Yeah, I love ice cream and I love cookie dough, so I'm definitely down to try new flavors that are involved with anything cookie dough. But T-Tribe, let us know in the chat, what are your favorite ice cream flavors or frozen yogurt? Do you like these two new flavors, gingerbread and vegan cinnamon bun? Would you try it? Let us know if they sound yummy to you. But who's ready to get started? Because we, of course, have a very thick Thursday coming up on today's show. I hope you're ready to get started, Courtney, because we got to talk about a lot. Looks like Khloe and Tristan are house hunting. And of course, that's making us say OMT. Make sure to stick around for that later in the show. But before we get to that, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills was trending on Twitter last night. You guys can't get enough of the Denise Richards and Brandi Glanville drama. I know we kind of spoke about it earlier, but we're going to talk about that and see how Lisa Rinna feels about everything. Then, how far would you go with your best friend? Do you call them your soulmate? Kaya Gerber inked herself with Cara Delevingne, and you got to see their new tattoos. Plus, do you know which celebrity just launched a beauty line? We're revealing who she is, and I know you know her very well, Courtney. Then Jake Paul is finally breaking his silence. It's going to be a juicy conversation, so stay for that later in the show, T-Tribe. And Courtney, did you read CeeLo Green's apology? He came out. I know. We're going to talk about that later in the show. Yeah, there's a lot. All those stories, along with Courtney and I, of course, giving our couples Thera-Tea. And then there's always news with the Kar Jenner family. Let's get this conversation started. Courtney, pour up that hot water because it is time to spill that tea. Check out my mug. It says begin.
Begin.
So it's time to begin. I hate this, always confuses me when I show the camera. But it is time to begin the day. I have 3 of these. They say begin, pause, sit. So it reminds you to do everything during the day because I need someone to tell me what to do. I get so confused at home. I know. Well, cheers.
Cheers,
Oh, I see you in the chat. People love Cherry Garcia. Ooh, we're bringing it OG. Cherry Garcia.
I'm a good Tonight Dough girl. Or half baked as a second option if they're sold out of the Tonight Dough. I've never seen the Tonight Show, but I love his ice cream. Shout out to Ben and Jerry.
I know. That's a delicious one. Mint chocolate chip, great flavor. Ben & Jerry's one cheesecake brownie, Lindsay's saying.
Yes,
yum.
Yes. That's another good one. That's in the top 4, Alex. The cheesecake brownie from Ben & Jerry's, girl. Whew.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. It's time to get into our You Missed It. Let's kick it off with this Real Housewives of Beverly Hills news. So last night, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills was trending on Twitter. One of the top tweets from @Gibsonoma said, quote, "Why are you choosing to believe Brandi over Denise, who you have more of with the rest of the group?" I think more history is what that tweet is supposed to say. This discussion hasn't stopped about Brandi and Denise. In the show, Lisa Rinna says, "It's so frustrating for me to watch Denise Richards like dance around and deny and blame. Lisa and Denise had squabbles and some heart-to-hearts. Lisa ended up admitting that she should have warned Denise about the Brandi affair claim." Do you think Lisa should have warned Denise about the Brandi affair claim?
Alex, I feel like when you on reality TV, you kind of have to let the moments happen or the show gets canceled, right? So if Lisa would have said something to Denise, Denise would have found a way to cover it up since clearly she's allegedly trying to cover up so much. So I feel bad for Denise because like I've said in the past, I don't believe that people should be outed. However, I want to ask Denise, who's obviously not here, girl, if she did what she did, why couldn't she? If she did what she did, why did she have to do it with someone that was on the show or associated with the show? She's Denise Richards, girl. She could call up, Hello, beautiful blonde woman, NDA's anonymous. Can we get a cutie about 6 foot, good leg? Like, you know what I mean? It shouldn't have been
Yeah.
Brandy if it's true. Because then Brandy's a mess box and she can tell everybody, and here we are. Do you think it was appropriate, or do you think that Lisa's a mess box? Because I kind of feel like Lisa's a mess box, even though I like her.
I think that Lisa loves to stir the pot. That's one thing we know about her. I think, let's just say as a friend, yes, you should warn another friend if something is if someone is gonna allege a serious claim about them, yes, as a friend. However, they are on a reality show. They know that this type of stuff is going to happen. So it was very weird. I know you haven't seen the episode yet, but you'll see this like change of heart of Lisa. She goes to like church with the other women. She really gets very affected and feels this extreme guilt that she kind of created this. And we know, we talked about on the show before, like Lisa made sure that it was out there. So it's very weird to kind of see this backpedaling after like Lisa really wanted to make sure everyone knew what happened between Brandy and Deets. Remember, we joked about it before.
Mm-hmm. I think that Lisa remembered that she was on reality TV. I think that sometimes she has these moments where she's like, ooh, that's not going to look good on camera. And I'm sure they all do. If I were on reality TV, I'm sure I would have a plethora of those moments, and girl, it would be too late. Canceled. I just wish that if you're going to be a certain kind of character on a show, you would stay in that character. Because if you're the bone carrier, you can't throw the stone and then hide your hand. Because the audience already saw it, and production gonna pull the clip at the reunion. So I can't wait. And I hope Garcelle get it together.
Yes. Speaking of Garcelle, I absolutely love her. Like, she is someone that I would just be best friends with. I mean, I know she hasn't had that large of a presence on the show yet. She really hasn't like found her person and kind of made her way. But anytime she does say anything, I just love her. I'm like, that's what I was thinking. Like, I want to be your friend. But anyway, back to Lisa Rinna. I think that you can still tell that she doesn't actually believe Denise. So it's kind of weird for her to feel so badly, but I understand. Like, as a friend, I think she realized, like you said, like, whoa, this is serious and I'm getting into some hot water. But make sure you watch this show tonight, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow and see your true feelings. But T-Tribe, if you've seen Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, if you've seen this episode, let us know your thoughts in the chat, because this is not going away anytime soon. But let's move on to some new tattoos that are happening. Kai Gerber and Cara Delevingne got matching foot tattoos. We found out because Kaya posted on her Instagram a couple of pictures saying, "Happy birthday to my soulmate." Their feet are interlocked. Then they show the ink. This is the best part. If you can see it, it actually says soulmate, as in like soul. There you go. So a little play on words, which I love to see. Would you ever get a tattoo with your best friend, Courtney?
Alex, I'm going to tell you a very personal story. Ooh, I feel like I set that up to be dramatic. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I had a really close friend that I moved here with, and we were very close. I would say that person was probably the closest person to me at this time. And girl, we had planned a tattoo, girl. The day we moved to LA, girl, we was, yes, God, Lauren Conrad and Audrina, girl, give us the tattoos, girl. We was ready, girl. And then we had an awful, embarrassing falling out, and it trickled all over online. And so to answer your question, no, I would never get a tattoo with another person. The reason being is that person could be the closest person to you, but life is a real thing that we live, and it literally, anything could happen, and you could fall out, and it's irreparable, and now you're stuck with some permanent ink. So I wouldn't. Yeah. Would you, Alex?
You know, I probably wouldn't as well. I'm not a huge tattoo person. I like them on other people. I don't have any myself. However, I agree with you. Life happens and you change and grow as a person. So that's why I think I also am so scared to get any tattoo, because who knows, in 10 years, I may not even feel that inspirational quote I put on my shoulder. I may not feel that way anymore. So you got to be careful, because it's permanent. I mean, yes, people say that you can always get them removed, but it hurts. I have a friend that's doing that right now, and it takes like a year and a half. She's like regretting her. Yeah, it takes a long time. It's like, I think she has 12 different procedures. Like, so, and you can't go in the sun for 2 weeks after. It's like a whole process. So I don't want to deal with that. I'd rather just like draw a little heart when I feel like it. T-Tribe, let us know. Would you ever get a tattoo with your best friend or a family member? Because I do think they're cute. I I like their tattoos. I think it's cute, but I personally would never get one myself. But moving on, there is another celebrity beauty line. Courtney, one of your faves, Lauren Conrad, launched her brand new makeup line. She said, quote, "We've been working for years to create a line that's clean, environmentally friendly, ethically sourced, and vegan, and all available at accessible price points without sacrificing quality. Right now, all of the products are under $30. She has lipstick in 4 shades, a black liquid eyeliner, 3 shades of lip gloss, a lip and cheek tint, and a liquid highlighter. And she plans to launch even more." So are you impressed that she's able to pull this off at a lower price? Because I am. I mean,
Alex, I'm not surprised at all. The reason why, and this is the only thing that my mind reaches for when I think of Lauren Conrad and affordability, is Alex, she sell her clothes in Kohl's. So of course, her makeup is going to be inexpensive. So her brand is about, the gorgeous, the pretty, but affordability and accessibility as well. So I'm not appealing to the Gen Z audience. You have people our age that grew up with Lauren Conrad. So, you support who you are influenced by. And I feel like people that are around our age group will be into it, especially because it's affordable, girl. And right now, girl, at the time we in, ain't nobody got no money. So shout out to Lauren Conrad. That was a smart move on her part.
I agree. I think this is super cool because we were talking about it again earlier before we went live. Like the foundation I use Makeup Forever, and like my foundation alone is $45. However, I do love the drugstore mascaras, the eyeshadows. So I'm down with the products under $30. And this is something that I would be very excited to look into. And I hope they're great because under 30, I'm here for it. Yeah.
I'm gonna give y'all the hot tip right now, right? If you know a young lady that's into beauty during the holiday season and you ain't got no money, this might be the way to go as a little stocking stuffer. Just a 1 or 2, it's under $30. You go and you spend $60, you probably own the whole collection. You know what I mean? So give someone that LC this Christmas. You never know.
Totally. T-Tribe, are you going to be buying Lauren Conrad's new makeup line? Let us know. I'm excited to see it because, of course, part of her brand is lifestyle, and I think she does a great job at everything she puts out. So shout out to Daya, who says, "It's been forever, but hi. Hello."
Hey, Daya Diaz. Daya Diaz has been here since forever and a day ago. So shout out to Daya Diaz.
Yes.
It actually has been forever. So I'm glad that you're back. Welcome. Welcome to all of the first time people that are watching live, that after watch every day of your lives. If you made it for the first time today, hey, we see you. We read in the chat. We just can't respond because we have a show to do, but we see you and we appreciate you. So thank you for making the time for us today, honestly.
I also have to shout out Karen because she's coming from Ireland. She's watching from Ireland. She said, "Love you guys. Having a pint of Guinness with a wink. Love the morning tea." This is the morning beer for Karen, and I am here for it because it is Thirsty Thursday, and we need some Guinness too. I'm actually
it's
not
the morning tea, girl. It's the breakfast brew, girl. It's all sorts of things. It's whatever you want it to be. If it's nighttime, girl, it's the nighttime snack. It's everything, girl. As long as you get the news and the good conversation on the side, girl.
Exactly. Kat says, "I need to get on that Maybelline Fit Me, period." Ooh, I've actually been wanting to try that out. Yeah, that's more affordable. And you know what? We forgot about our special girl, Mika. Shout out to her. She says, "Courtney and Alex, love your guys' smile. I think we need a little 5, 6, 7, 8.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. Miss Mika, she on fleeka. Miss Mika, she loves the tia. And we see ya. Miss Mika, go Mika, go Mika, go Mika. Happy Thursday to Mika. It's always nice to meet you, girl. And I'm glad that you made it here today.
Yes. Welcome, Mika. Okay. So changing gears. Get this, Courtney. Can you believe it has been 1 week since the FBI executed a federal warrant at the home of Jake Paul? So thanks to a fan's YouTube video, we know what Jake Paul thought of the situation. The video has since been deleted, but don't worry, E! News had it for us. So the video is filming Jake, and he's saying, "Just to clarify things and set the record straight, the FBI raid is entirely related to the Arizona situation that happened It's an investigation. There are rumors about it having to do with so many other things that have nothing to do with me or my character. And the bleep that people are making up is absolutely absurd. So, he also alluded to cutting ties with someone in his inner circle. So this is kind of weird. When I become aware of someone around me who is doing malicious things, they're immediately cut out of my life. I don't put up with that BS. I don't surround myself with bad people. If someone does something bad, they will be removed from my life. So we have a lot to unpack, Courtney. First off, do you think that, this FBI raid is strictly about the Arizona looting, or do you think that it may be about some more?
I feel like the Pauls in general are low-key sketchy. So I think that it has a lot to do with a bunch of stuff. I don't think it has to do with just one thing. It's probably a plethora of things, because it's not just him living there. It's him and all the Goonies. So I want to get to the bottom of that. What I was doing in there? Can we get the security footage from the, y'all got Ring cameras? Can we get that? Y'all need to leak that. Y'all need to leak the right stuff. That.
Yeah.
The footage from the Team 10 house.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things being thrown out, allegations and claims against Jake and why the FBI raided it. I feel like, he's not a stranger to being involved in drama or, crazy stuff. So I think there are a lot of things they're kind of looking for. But T-Tribe, who do you think he's cutting from his inner circle? Are you, if you're a fan of Jake Paul and know his inner circle, obviously he's alluding to the fact that someone in his inner circle is doing malicious things. So I know there's been a few. Right. True. I guess we don't know. But
that person could be sneaky, girl.
Cheryl says it's just Jake, the troublemaker. Very true.
Alex.
Yeah.
I want to ask you something. When you're ending a friendship with someone, how do you remove them? Do you have a final talk with them, or are you Casper and or does it depend on the relationship you had?
It depends on the relationship I have. So I'm a communicator. So sometimes I need to get my point across and just explain, here are the reasons why I no longer want you in my life, or I need space or distance. However, if someone really does you wrong, or does me wrong, I've also done the ghost. I don't really like the ghost. I'd rather say my piece, but sometimes you have no choice. Sometimes you just are like, I don't even have the energy to deal with this kind of thing. You know what I mean?
See, girl, you know me. I'm low on energy. As soon as these lights go on, my battery hit a 0%. So I feel like if I'm disrespecting, girl, girl, you can just figure it out for yourself.
Or sometimes you need the ghost and the space. And then, I'm also this way too. Yeah. A few months later, maybe I'll see them out later, or if they reach out, and then I've kind of calmed down, and then I can handle it more maturely. But when I'm feeling heated, I'd rather not have the whole argument. I'd rather think about what I want to say and then get back to you.
I agree.
But speaking of drama, let's move on to this CeeLo Green news, because is it too late to apologize, Courtney? CeeLo Green questioned Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj in reference to these ladies. He said, a lot of music today is very unfortunate and disappointing on the personal and moral level. However, he is now apologizing. So he took to Instagram for his apology and posted a lengthy statement. So basically, in short, he said that there was a misunderstanding about his comments and that he's actually a fan of Cardi, Megan, and Nicki. What do you think about this, Courtney? Do you think it was a misunderstanding, or do you think that he actually feels the way he said things?
I want to say this, Alex. When it comes to, first of all, let me say this. Men shouldn't be able to tell women that a song is not empowering. That's something that I find really weird to me.
Good point.
Because you're not a woman.
Yeah.
So girl, bye. My other thing is this, Alex, and this is going to get just a teaspoon messy. I won't even go all the way there. CeeLo Green has a history of being in sketchy situations with druggery and women. You get what I'm saying? So that was the main thing for me that upset me, because I was like, of all people, why would you be the one to come out and say this? I don't believe his apology, and the reason why everyone is because CeeLo Green has an album that's coming out. He's trying to promote it. So T-Tribe, I want to ask you, I almost reached for a prop. I want to ask you, is it a fair speculation to say that CeeLo Green was simply just saying something to say something so that we could all put our eyes on him and potentially stream his album?
I think
that's
so.
what I believe, Alex.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's not happy if you.
That's around, girl.
I'm gonna get every single wrong. What's the song? What's the CeeLo Green song? You know what I'm trying to sing. What's his like big song that we love?
F you. You said
that's better.
It wasn't enough. So I'm like, forget you if I get back to if I was with you and still with her. That song. That's CeeLo. The other one's for real, girl.
Well, that is the one I was thinking of. So thank you for clarifying that. However, he's also not happy, so we could throw Pharrell in there too. That song is so good. But anyway, I believe that I appreciate his apology, but I agree with you that, you know, he already said it. And if you feel a certain way, you say it. And I think that he probably felt that way. Everyone's laughing at me.
Danny doing the most in this chat. Danny, you got me deceased. Danny said it's fair to speculate, but F him and his album. Now, if that's not how I really feel, Danny, that's the truth right there.
Yeah. Thanks, T-Tribe, for the support. You know, we like to perform songs. They're just covers. I actually did a CeeLo Green cover of Pharrell's Happy, if you were wondering.
You did that, girl.
Okay. Well, let's turn to the celebrities that are setting relationship statuses straight, sparking rumors of engagement, and moving on in their lives. All right, it is time for our couples Thera-Tea, Courtney. Let's get into it because it's about that time to set the record straight. Rumors have been swirling around Bachelor alum Colton Underwood and Lucy Hale from Pretty Little Liars. We spoke about it on the show before. So Colton was a panelist on Chat for Good and said, I would consider myself single right now. I'm happily single. So in mid-July, E! News confirmed that the two had been spending time together and going on casual dates. Of course, TMZ reported they were on a Runyon hike, which is like the ultimate LA date. You see everyone and anyone at Runyon Canyon if you want to go, if you're visiting. Are you kind of bummed that he said that he's single right now? Or do you think he's just kind of like keeping it on the DL? It's a little fresh still, him and Cassie's breakup.
Oh, I don't feel any type of way about him being single or not. I will say that I think that Lucy Hale is an excellent choice if he has his eye on her. I love her. I think she can sing her tush off, and she's an excellent actress. Would you like to see them together? Do you think that that's a cute couple?
I do. I mean, I love to see, you know, we mentioned that, like, I think back in 2018, she like made a comment that he would be a great bachelor and he seems very genuine and she thinks he's handsome. So I love to see those come full circle when you're already kind of eyeing someone and then it comes to, you know what I mean? Like the A-Rod and J-Lo thing we talked about too.
That's
like
what I was thinking about.
Yeah. So I want to see it happen. I think they're both kind of low key and I see it working. So I'm down for it.
We're going to see them kissing somewhere. That's how we're going to find out, girl. They're going to be kissing in a restaurant. We're going to put the paparazzi shot and go, hit it, Leo. Leo going to put it up, and we're going to examine that, girl. I can't wait.
Right? I love it. Everyone's still making fun of me in the chat. Wesley said, you will miss Alex Mistakes compilation at the end of the year. Listen, guys, you want to hear why I sang that? Because when I first heard the song on the radio, before I knew it was Pharrell's song, when it first came out, it does kind of sound like a CeeLo Green song. So that is an honest mistake. And you can make fun of me all you want. It ain't gonna hurt me, T-Trap. You know, at least we get a little
Lizzo and Pharrell to make a song. Truthfully. Because their sounds with a good piano, girl, they would make a hit. So shout out to Pharrell. Not CeeLo, but shout out to Lizzo too. Come on, break.
Exactly. But shout out to Tyra Banks because listen to this story. Engagement rumors are swirling the internet right now because a paparazzi photo caught a picture of her sporting what appears to be a massive diamond ring on her left hand. So I wish we could show the photo, but we can't. But people are talking about it, so we have to get Thera-Tea, of course. Page Six reported that Tyra was dating a Canadian businessman back in October. So she's going to be hosting Dancing with the Stars this fall. I wonder if this ring will still be on her finger. T-Tribe, what do you think? Do you think that Tyra is engaged? As a woman, let me just say, like, you can wear a ring on whatever finger you want. However, I know personally that until I have that rock on this finger, you will not see a ring on my ring finger. Like, that is such a special moment and such a thing that I've always looked up to personally as a little girl. So I don't want to ruin it with some random ring. I want it to be the right one. So do you think she's engaged, Courtney?
Alex, can I be honest?
Yeah.
I have a speculation that as you were telling the story, I was putting the pieces together from a different Tyra story. And now I think I may have a reason as to why we're seeing this engagement ring. Can I tell y'all my speculation? It might sound a little crazy. Okay, so y'all have seen America's Next Top Model, right? With Jay Manuel, Miss J, and the girls, right? So Jay Manuel has just put out a book, Alex, and it's sort of like a satirical, it's a account of his time, I would say, working in the industry in America's Next Top Model, this, that, and the third. Now, obviously, I have not read the book, but it is being said that Tyra is not, the character that is representing Tyra has not been represented in the most positive light. So Tyra has been shutting down people, talking to Mr. J to work with him and stuff like that, allegedly. Now, would it be fair to speculate that maybe she's stepping out with the engagement ring to sort of distract from the book? Because according to Jay, she's like shutting it down. Like, Jay and Miss J had a series together, that shut down. Like, no one is endorsing the book like that anymore. Now the news, as we see today, is about Tyra and this engagement, and we didn't even, girl, who cares? No shade. But like, I wonder if she came out like this so that we wouldn't talk about the book. Now, girl, I reads and watch, and I scroll Twitter timelines. So I knew, girl. I wonder what you think.
I think that theory is great. And speaking, I love Jay Manuel, so that I'm glad you told me about his book, because I want to read that. But that's a good point. That is a good publicist, to be exact. Let's just say that.
That's what I would do, girl.
Right? Because I feel like Tyra is so Tyra. Not that she necessarily needs to announce that, but if she was engaged, we would hear about it, right? She would have a beautiful wedding. I know it's quarantine, but this would be a whole story. So that's why I think it's just like a mistake, a bad mistake, or your theory, it could be drawing the attention away. I like that.
Interesting timing.
It is. But some good timing is this next story, because things seem to be very final for Wendy Williams and her ex, Kevin Hunter. So the exes finally closed on their sale of their New Jersey mansion. It's been on the market since August 2019, so almost a year, or I guess a year exactly. They didn't quite get what they were asking for it, though. Originally, they listed it for $2 million, and it sold for $1.475, which shows that quarantine real estate's taken a big hit. That's quite a cut. So do you think Wendy has a sense of relief? Their divorce was finalized in January. So now they finally moved out of their old house. How do you think Wendy's feeling right now? Or Kevin also, both of them?
Well, I don't care about Kevin, to be honest. Just to keep it real. I think that Wendy probably feels like, thank the Lord. I'm sure she probably sold the house just to get it off of her hands, because you got to think, Alex, would you really want on your hands a home that you shared with someone that was taking vacations with another woman and had a baby with that woman and was still looking at you every night in the bed, girl? Imagine that you looking your man in the face and going to work, Alex, because he was like one of the producers on the show. So you going to work. Imagine we doing the morning. Your man got a whole separate baby out in Miami. He was out in Miami, girl, in Florida, girl. Wendy was supposed to be in the rehab, girl. He was out there with Miss Sharina, girl.
I know. So bad.
Awful. So I'm sure Wendy was just like, girl, just take it off my hands. Just take it. Just get rid of it. I'm in New York. I've got my cats. I'm ready to get back to the studio. I'm sure she's very that. So I'm proud of her for making it this far, because I envision a lot of other celebrities crumbling under that pressure, because it's a lot to have to come and sit in front of an audience and talk about other people's lives, knowing your stuff is exploding in the background.
Right?
So I'm proud of her.
I am proud of her also, and I think that was such a big moment on her show, and I'm so sad that this happened to her. But you finally saw Wendy a little uncomfortable. You know, we never see her her life was great, as far as she knew, and she was very happy, very much in love, and it just was a very interesting turn in her show, and you saw like a real side of Wendy going through something, and it was hard to watch. You know what I mean? It was hard. She basically owned up to it. She, had to talk about. She talks about everyone's life, as she should. It's part of her show and the Hot Topic. But when the Hot Topic becomes you, I'm sure that's very, very difficult for her to do. And I think that it really took a toll on her. So I'm happy for her. And I know if Wendy was my girlfriend, I mean, I would applaud her and I would tell her, this is the final chapter. This is the closure you need. And I would tell her to go buy a bigger house with a new man and live her life happy, because she deserves it. And I hate that this happened to her, because I'm a big Wendy fan. I love your impression of her, Courtney. That's perfect.
Running out, girl, and the double door open. See Wendy for my birthday one time. It was one of the birthdays I ever had. I was losing it in the audience, girl, and I was all the way in the back. The back corner, last row in the back corner. Girl, I was up there, doing the most.
Right?
Shout out to Wendy.
Shout out to Wendy. Honestly, like, I absolutely love her. So she holds a special place in my heart. But I think it's time for our favorite family. They always bring us new news every single day. And Courtney, I think it's about time to take it away, right?
Yes, ma'am. If you guys are all set for all of the tea from behind the Kar Jenner gates, be sure to turn your volumes down for Kar Jenner Tea Time! Hello to everyone in my studio, which is no one, just myself.
Yes, I love it. First up is a story that you probably, it'll not come to anyone's surprise, because those that are watching from Chicago, I told you this story is about Chicago West, and Kim shared a picture of herself and her daughter with the pair lounging around together on a white couch. I mean, how beautiful is this little girl? She revealed in the caption that my baby Shy likes to dress up like a princess every single day. What a cute, simple picture of the two. Did you know someone, or did you enjoy dressing up as a child?
Alex, truthfully, I read books and played Sega Genesis. I didn't have time to be dressing up anytime that it was not Halloween. And if I could not be the Blue Ranger, keep it. So I will say this. I did know once upon a time ago, once upon a dream, once upon a career ago, I was an activities coordinator at a resort, like a family resort. So a lot of those kids would dress up all the time. I would throw like little fun kids parties when it wasn't Halloween. And the kids love to be a little princess or like a dinosaur. And so that was fun. It's just like, imagine me being around kids, like as sarcastic and mean as I am. You know what I mean? So that part of it I can relate to. Like, imagine leaving your, like, oh, fun with Mr. Courtney. And I'm like, hey, Candy, here, have fun.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine. I would love to just be a fly on the wall and watch you with a bunch of kids, giving them costumes and dressing them up.
I've been a mascot before. I've done the whole line.
Right? But it's obviously super cute. I know personally, as a little girl, I loved Belle. And so I had a Belle dress. I tried to find the photo to show you guys on the show. If I find it, I'll let you know. But I wore it all the time. I absolutely loved it. And I think it's really cute for kids to just have an imagination and dream about being whoever they want to be one day. Not that I'm anywhere near a princess, but maybe one day.
Girl? No, you're not a princess. You're the queen. That's why. That's why, girl. You ain't a princess. You're the queen, girl.
I'll pay you later. I'll pay you later. But T-Tribe, let us know. Did you dress up as anyone as a child, or did you have friends or family members that loved to dress up like princesses or firemen or little boys as well? I know my brother also. My brother, he's like a comedian for fun. He likes to do stand-up, and he loved to dress up also because he had like the theater mind. So he would like dress up in costumes as well. So I love it.
That's smart.
Let us know. But meanwhile, while Kim and Kanye's daughter dresses as a princess every day, Kanye West showed off a new look too. His 2020 Vision merch for his presidential run. Get this. So he took to Twitter to share these images of Kanye 2020 Vision hat and t-shirt. I kind of like it. It's cool looking. Folks on Twitter are saying it resembles the 80s skate brand Vision streetwear. Kanye acknowledged this was true, tweeting a photo of Rihanna. Apparently, he's still running for president, Courtney. Do you think it's still happening, or is this a publicity stunt now seeing this merch? What do you think about this?
Alex, I saw a tweet yesterday that said the projected results of the election if Kanye runs is like he has like 2% of the black vote. Alex, imagine what my face looked like reading that tweet. So first of all. Second of all, I do not want Kanye West to sell merch to try to win people over for the election. That's just me being truthful. I almost wish that all of his social media could go dark and he could just drop whatever album he has and then we can see him like November 4th. You know what I mean? I don't want Kanye to go away forever. I get that like he's offensive to a lot of people and I get that some people still have a lot of love for him. I don't want him to go away forever. I just want him to go away until the election is over. That's all. I love a good shenanigan just as much as the next person, Alex. That's why we have this job. You know what I mean? But when it comes to things that like are affecting my life or my family or my friends or just going to the club, like Kanye is an awful distraction. So I wish that he would drop the music and do you think he's being serious with all of this?
You know, I think there is some serious to his campaign. I think whatever he's trying to create a distraction, however way you want to look at it, there is some sort of distraction that's going on because we're still talking about it. But when I saw this merch, I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe, what if after all of this speculation, all of these, joining the ballots and all this was just to promote an album? Like, what if, that could be a theory. Like, what if 2020 Vision is actually his album name? Wouldn't that be interesting?
Can you write his name on a ballot, though?
Yeah, I mean, you can write almost anyone's name on a ballot. Yeah.
Even if it's not official or if he doesn't get as many signatures, like people are saying, like in some states, he didn't get enough signatures for something or something was a fraud with his signatures. Even if, Alex, it's all not going to work out, right? And say, what if he said a couple days before the election, he's like, all right, I'm coming out with my album. Then everyone that's a Kanye fan is like, oh, Kanye 2020, we're writing his name in Around Bay Part 2.
I don't want that to happen. It's scary.
Yeah. I'm T-Tribe, how do y'all feel? Do y'all feel like Kanye should be selling merch and marketing stuff during election season, or would y'all prefer he wait until it's time for like a beautiful holiday gift set? That's what I want him to wait for, the holiday.
Right? It's true. But I will say that other presidents, they're allowed to put out merch. So this could very well still be part of his campaign, this new merch. We've seen hats before, so this is nothing new. But It is interesting that it is still alive and well. This whole campaign is still alive and well. But let's get to some other Kar Jenner news. This one is about Kendall Jenner and possibly a new fling, NBA star Devin Booker. So Kendall posted a selfie on Instagram where she changed her eye color with this filter and added a strawberry emoji. Have you seen this filter? I mean, it makes you look bomb. Let me just say, like, obviously,
I didn't realize that was a filter. She was good.
Yeah. So this filter is great. Anytime anyone I follow uses it, I'm obsessed. So Phoenix Suns basketball star Devin Booker commented, I like strawberries. Little flirty exchange. Back in June, Kendall and Devin were spotted getting into the same SUV as they left a dinner date at, guess what restaurant you think they left, Courtney?
Was no
guess.
Yes.
Seriously, they are always there. They are always there. They have stock in it. I am convinced they are part owners. So they sparked a rumored romance back in June, and now they have this flirty exchange. What do you think? Do you think it's a real relationship, or do you think it's just, just having fun?
I don't think that this is a real relationship at all. Devin Booker, did he not date Jordan Woods, or like they were hanging out, right?
Yeah.
No?
So last summer she was rumored to be like involved with him as well. So that's interesting too.
Okay. What is it? I'm curious to know, T Tribe and Alex, what do you think it is about athletes that draw the Kar Jenner women, some of them? What is it about an athlete?
I feel like all women and men, I mean, just being a professional anything is attractive. I think it's two things, specifically with Kendall, it's her height. So Kendall is 5'10", I want to say. I'm 5'9", 5'10". I'm not, maybe even 5'11". I don't know. T-Tribe, if you know exactly. But Kendall needs a tall man. So it has to be a model or an NBA player or something that can be taller than her, because she's pretty tall. If she likes taller men, which I think she does, because she's been kind of connected to many NBA stars. Some women like shorter men. Don't mind.
She don't know a tall man at an art gallery somewhere? Like, I don't understand. Like, can she put out a casting call? Can she have the publicist put out a casting call for some blind dates? Right? It's like the weird. It's not weird. Let me say it, because it's not weird. It's just I find it very strange to go after the athletes the way that they do. Right. But hey, they know something I don't. I only seen the game, like the television.
Exactly. So and the T-Tribe is sharing or saying in the chat that it's their money and their status, which is the obvious explanation. But Kendall doesn't need the money. The Kar Jenners don't need the money. So it's. I think. I also think they. Devin I've seen in person, and he's an attractive guy. And so I think that it all kind of works. I don't know. Maybe they feel like
they talk about, Alex. Like, what do you talk about?
Well, back to Kendall's very athletic. Remember, she does horseback riding. She followed in her dad's footsteps in the athleticism aspect. So maybe. She was also linked to Blake Griffin before. She's dated athletes. So I get the Kendall thing. It's the height, it's the athletics. And then the other woman, I don't know. I mean, they obviously like something. Everyone can speculate. But we will stop right there because this is a family-friendly morning show.
Yes.
Let's move on because it is time for the moment you've all been waiting for, T-Tribe. Khloe and Tristan house hunting. Let's kick it off, or end it, I should say, with our OMT. So things are heating up for Khloe and Tristan as they search for the perfect place, a source tells Us Weekly. So the insider says they are looking primarily in the Hidden Hills and Calabasas neighborhoods in California. Of course, that's where all the family lives. The insider also said Tristan wants to prove to Khloe that he has changed and wants to make this permanent with a family home. So this is very important for Tristan to kind of confirm, like, this is real. T-Tribe, I know how you're going to feel about this, but we have to talk about it. Do you think that Tristan is a changed man? Do you think that buying this house together will solidify that he will be loyal and good to her? I can already assume what you're going to say, but we have to speculate. Courtney, I'll start with you. How do you feel about this?
I feel nauseous, and I need a little cap of Pepto. Alex, I just wonder, when the world opens back up, then what? Since Khloe keeps talking about, well, he was traveling before, and that's why we could never make it work. So what happens when we reach a different state of normalcy? So y'all are home. Khloe is taking care of True and probably Dream too, depending. Then what? He's out there. We've got the clip, and then we're supposed to sit up here and call her a clown again, and people gonna get mad at us again. It's just like, what do you expect to change if you don't change anything?
Right.
Nothing changes, nothing
Yeah.
changes. So I can root for them, but I'm
Oh,
not.
okay.
I'm expecting the worst.
I was gonna say, Courtney, I felt a little different vibe from you. Here's what I'll say. We kind of knew this. Remember, we alleged that him selling his house was kind of a little hint that they were possibly moving in together. Well, now this is somewhat of a confirmation. And I think that if they really want to make this work, however you feel about Khloe and Tristan, I think cohabitating and living together and really kind of, I mean, in Khloe's defense, she has an eye on him, at least when he's home. So that probably makes her feel safe. And then in Tristan's defense, he has all the time in the world to prove that he is a good father and husband and will be true to her. So I think that this true, no pun intended. Isn't that great that that's their daughter's name? But like I said,
that is a good name.
They're back together. We know that. And this is just the next step. So this is just further confirming that it's all good on their end.
Alex, do you feel like once a cheater, always a cheater? Or do you feel like you can move past it? Or do you feel like cheaters just get better at hiding it once they're caught? Or does it depend on the level of trust you have with that person?
I think, when I was younger, I thought once a cheater, always a cheater. I mean, that was like, I was very, very firm about that. However, as I've gotten older, I have seen friends of mine, people in relationships, I have seen men that have fallen madly in love with women who have cheated before in their life. And truly, I mean, at least I don't know anything. I mean, you guys are going to say we're naive or however, but I have seen men change right in front of me. However, I think that it's part of, I think every relationship is different. So like you said, I think the people involved know best if they feel, and I've said this before, Khloe feels somewhat safe to be back with him. She feels that he has changed in whatever way she needs to feel. So it's really, really up to her. But, I don't know. I don't know if Tristan will change. I don't want to, I don't know. I feel this is a tough subject because the old me is like, no, once a cheater, always a cheater. Someone can't change. But I think as you get older, you grow and you learn more about life. And I think that you view things differently. I think there's always that level of you can always be a little insecure if you're with someone that has cheated before. I think that's very, something that can happen. I don't know. How do you feel, Courtney?
I very much agree with what you're saying. I definitely think that it depends on the relationship. And I definitely feel like as you grow older, you kind of get a better understanding of people in general. And you have a better concept of making mistakes and not immediately writing the person off. It's very difficult because I'm immediately that person. Once you get on my nerves, girl, I will excommunicate your ass.
Totally.
But forgiveness, I feel like, is a very mature trait to have. But in the same breath, I also feel like you can forgive and not allow that person back into your life romantically. My other question is, Alex and T-Tribe, if you were Jordan Woods, how would you feel waking up to this news? Imagine, Alex, where you're sitting right now, you're Jordan Woods watching the morning tea, and Courtney and Alex sitting up there talking about Khloe and Tristan get back together. After everything you've gone through, Jada, Courtney, and Madison Hill dragging you, because girl, listen, when it first happened, I was dragging her. And the reason why was because, Alex, I could not understand why Jordan went to Tristan's house and did not immediately leave and tell the family. Now I feel a little bit differently because she did what she did, and I imagine that she was afraid of the consequences because she knows how the family is. So I want to know, how do y'all think that Jordan Woods feels this morning, or depending on where you're watching?
I mean, I would be devastated, but I also hope that she's gone through her own journey and found some peace that she isn't as affected by it anymore. I mean, I'm sure I personally, it would still make me feel a certain type of way. But I hope that she's doing well in her own world and cannot really be that affected by it. I want to shout out Esmeralda and Autumn. Autumn, what about Jordyn Woods? Are they going to let her back in? They dragged this poor girl through the mud. They should let her back in. They had everyone dragging her just to question. We're waiting for that Khloe Jordyn conversation. I think we all, I'm sure we know that they have had some sort of text exchange allegedly or a conversation.
Jordyn might decline that today, girl. She might decline that. She might be all right, and that's okay. Let time go by long enough, you realize that you're good without what you thought you couldn't live without.
Yeah. Esmeralda in the chat is saying, a man that wants to change will, but it's a very, very hard journey for both sides. I think that's very, very true. However, that is all the tea we have to spill today. I know that this is a tough situation, and I feel like people feel very strongly about it. But like we've said many times, at the end of the day, it's about the two people involved in the relationship, and that's where we have to leave it. But this Thick Thursday is finally over. Thanks for joining us, Tea Tribe. Make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to catch us on the morning tea every morning. Of course, don't forget to check out our celeb news bites on the Hollyscoop channel, where you can get some more celebrity news. And we'll be back tomorrow for Shambong Friday, same time, 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. Don't miss all of that and more, because Friday is our favorite day of the week. And if you haven't already, like I said, hit that subscribe button, notification bell. Courtney, for those that are new here, where can they find you?
For more pop on my YouTube channel, as well as to follow me on social media, be sure to just search me up, Courtney Revolution. Take that and type it up top. Come right up.
Awesome. And then, of course, I'm Alex Schiffman. You can follow me on all social media at Alex Schiffman. And we'll see you tomorrow. Courtney, it's that time. I think we got to wash our hands a little clean.
All righty. We'll see you tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for Shambong Friday. And now it's time to wash your hands, Leo. You better wash your hands.